Welcome to CryptopiaCast. I am your host, Loudy, and today we are interviewing Joey Alarilla. Joey is the Cryptopian Ambassador for the Philippines, and we're going to find out why he chose to become Cryptopia's Ambassador for the Philippines, and we're also going to find out why he thinks Cryptopia is similar to the Filipinos. Let's go. All right, we are back. And so, like I said, we are interviewing Joey, who was recently announced as an ambassador for Cryptopia. Joey, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Laudy. Good evening from Malaysia.
Oh, wow, yes. Okay, Joey, how are you today? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm just waiting for the year of the rabbit.
Oh, yeah, that's coming up real
Yeah,
soon,
yeah.
definitely.
Chinese New Year is a big thing here.
Oh, really? Wow, I never knew.
Bigger
In
than New
Malaysia.
Year's Eve, bigger than Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, of course.
that's cool. All right, so Joey, like I said during the introduction, you were recently announced as an ambassador for Cryptopia. Now,
Mhm.
let me just go ahead and ask you real quick: how do you define an ambassador? What's an ambassador for you?
Mm, that's a very good question. I think of an ambassador as like a super community manager. I mean,
Mm,
you're an awesome community manager, right? But I think of a game ambassador as someone you guys represent the company
mm,
with your internal community, whereas a
mm,
game ambassador would be representing Cryptopia to, shall we say, the outside world, people who may not have heard of Cryptopia, who may not
mm.
already be aware of the game. I also think of it as someone who should, like I do. I really love Cryptopia, and I really love the company behind it, and more importantly, I love the people behind it. I love you. I love you, Laudi.
All right, okay. Well,
Well, it's recorded. Okay, now you have proof.
one thing is for sure, are we reciprocate that love back to you. We love
Thank you
you
very
as
much.
well, and yeah, thank you so much for all the love that you've given us. We really do think very highly of you, and that's why we chose you to become the ambassador for the Philippines. But you know what? How important is it for you to like represent the
Mm.
Philippines in terms of being an ambassador for Cryptopia?
Well, first of all, I'm really proud to be an ambassador for Cryptopia. As I said, uh, my jaw dropped. When Cryptopia CMO Pitch Up and Sorum asked me if I wanted to be an ambassador, I said, of course, I would love to become an ambassador because I really love the game, and I'm proud to represent the Philippines. Of course, as a Filipino, although I'm now based in Malaysia, yeah, of course, Pilipinas pa rin. Um, and it's important because one, I think it's a recognition of just how important the Philippine market is for Cryptopia.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that I hope to be able to, as an ambassador, it's like a real world ambassador. I'm here in order to uh, promote Cryptopia. But what I think is even more important is to become the sort of the advocate of Filipinos, of the Filipino gamers, the Filipino users to the company, so that in a way you have to understand the nuances of the Philippine market, the Philippine community,
Yeah, that's right.
and be able to articulate that so that Cryptopia will be able to address their concerns and tailor the game further to the needs of the gamers in the Philippines.
Spot on, definitely. You are the
Mm.
bridge that connects two entities, Cryptopia and the Philippines, definitely.
Well, I hope to become that bridge. Yes.
Well, one thing is for sure, you already are because if we go back a little bit, right? I
Hmm.
find it
Hmm.
really funny that even before you were officially announced to become the ambassador
Yeah.
for for the Philippines, you were already being so
Yes.
nice to us. You were already like representing Cryptopia very well. I mean, is that just you being a nice person, or you know, what was going through your head during that time? You were already supporting us.
Well, voila. My head was black. Nothing was going on in my head. No, no, no. To be honest, yeah, I want to talk about this. So you and I met through a space, right?
Yeah,
It's actually a lot of this is thanks to the Philippine Web3 Festival, which happened in
yeah.
November. So this was the very first space for the Philippine Web3 Festival, and after I joined, I asked a question, and after that, you you sent me a DM and you said, "Oh, do you want to guest? Hi, I'm Laudy from Cryptopia. Would you like to guest on our space?" And I said, "What's Cryptopia?" Okay, so I researched and it was really blown away. I mean, this is not, I mean, I've been transparent about this. I really like the concept behind the game. Um, I love science fiction. I love the backstory behind Cryptopia about the the lost white paper. Of course, fictional, the lost second white paper of Satoshi Nakamoto and the four factions, and in a way, building a perfect world on the blockchain. Okay, a
Mhm.
perfect city state. So and then when I went to the Philippine Web3 Festival, honestly, I was really scared. I was really anxious. It was my first time to attend a, like a face-to-face conference. I've
Yeah,
been,
yeah.
this is the pandemic, and I was going like, do I really want to go? And I was going to moderate a panel at the Philippine Web3 Festival on gaming.
Which you did really well, by the way.
Oh,
Amazing
thank
job.
you, thank you. But honestly, it was like, oh man, I don't know anybody here. I'm. It's gonna be my first time to go on stage after a long time, and I'm kind of. I really am an introvert. I don't know. I know people don't believe that, but I am an introvert. So when I went to the pre-registration party, I was going, I don't know anybody here. It's been
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
been a while. Yeah, I was in banking for years, man. So
Well,
it's like
everybody was. Everybody was, you
yeah,
know?
yeah, I know. And but I saw you. You were one of the first people I saw there, and then through you, I met Sisa. I met Ambassador for Thailand, Pinky Prikwan, and then of
Yeah.
course, I also met for the first time in person, Pichopen, and I was like, wow, it was really an auspicious start for me. And I think that really set the tone for the Philippine Web3 Festival because you guys felt like you guys accepted me with open arms. I really felt like you were a family. Maybe I'm feeling a feelingero, but yeah, from there, and because I like the game and I like the people behind Cryptopia, I was just doing it, like sharing. The thing is, I wouldn't have shared your content if I didn't find the content high quality.
There you go.
So that's something I also told Peach Fan that as a head of as head of content of PlayFix, I'm such a stickler for content. So that's one thing I can really say about you guys. You have great content that it makes it easy for someone like me to share because it's good information. Um, and you guys are optimizing it for every platform. So every time I see your content on Facebook or Twitter, it's rather easy for me. You don't have to think twice. That yeah, this is great content. I think people will love this.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that is actually the one of the best reasons why you are the ambassador for the Philippines because as you said, you're not just looking at the project itself, you're looking at the people behind it. You want to look into the foundations of a project to see
Yes.
whether or
Yes.
not they're a legitimate project, whether or not they're a good project. And that same way goes with Playfix because you with Tab being the one of the leads for that project, it really shows that Playfix Cryptopia is one of the best projects out, or one of the best companies out there in the Web3 space, and
Thank you. Thank
so
you.
yeah, that you're definitely well. I'm not trying to like we're friends. We're friends in the Web3 space. I'm not trying
Yeah. Yeah.
to you know but I just really appreciate you being like so friendly to us, even though we're not that close yet at the beginning. You were already like super
Mm-hmm.
professional, super
It was our
friendly,
first
super
time to meet IRL. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And it was
At the
it
Web3.
was a surreal moment actually to like meet you in person, and I was idolizing you. I was like picturing you with an aura of an aura of light behind you because I was really impressed with the way you had the way you deliver yourself during the spaces, the way you explain things, and I was really trying to like emulate you in some cases.
Oh
But
wow.
I
Okay.
have, and I really do have a lot to learn with you, and with you being the ambassador for the Philippines, I have a front row seat to that. So
Well,
Definitely.
it goes both ways, man. As I was telling Pitchapen, so I'm telling your boss. I
Hello,
love the
Pizza
videos
Pen.
you I love the videos you make. I would like to be able to do these things myself. I mean, I do videos, but you're a master of
Nah.
video creation. You have a great voice, and you're just you just bring up the energy, you know, whether in real life or online. So yeah, it's a two-way. I always believe it's one of the things I really love about Web3
Mhm.
is that people are humble and we're all willing to learn from each other. And more importantly, we're willing to teach each other and collaborate. We don't see each other as competitors.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
your
100%.
space, yeah, the Cryptopia space is already a testament to that. You even invite people from other Web3 games, right?
Yeah,
And I think that's great. We really need to grow this industry and have more people benefiting from Web3.
absolutely. And that's one of the things that I'm believing in as well because we're not really competitors. We all have one goal.
Yes.
We all have that one goal of introducing as much people as possible into the Web3 space.
Mhm.
And we're just helping each other out here because if one grows, everybody grows. That's my belief. And yeah, as the ambassador for the Philippines, what can people expect from you?
Hmm.
Especially here in the Philippines.
That's like a Miss Universe beauty pageant question,
Yes, yes,
which
yes,
happened this
yes.
morning, right?
Yeah.
Oh well, I don't know when this is gonna air, but sorry, it happened. This was happening when the Miss Universe was taking the day of the Miss Universe. Uh, I don't know. I think I'm gonna be doing a lot of the things I've been doing before. One thing they should expect is that even though I'm the ambassador, I'm not gonna lie to you about Cryptopia.
Yeah.
I love the game because I can see the strengths and I can be objective about it.
Mm.
So that's what I want to be. I'm not an influencer. I'm not like I'm here because I genuinely love Cryptopia. So if there's something that there are things that could be improved, then I will tell the company about them. If the Philippine community has concerns or anything, then if I find out about it, then I will obviously tell Cryptopia. So that's
For
what I
sure.
want to be, a trusted ambassador, someone who represents the game, but is also representing the Philippine community. And one thing I also hope to do is to do a lot more content, of
Hmm.
course, in collaboration with you.
Yeah.
I would like to do more video content because that's your
Yeah.
expertise. And well, who knows? We might even have some on-ground events in the
Oh,
Philippines.
for sure.
You
That's
know,
something that I'm really trying to work hard for. Once we launch the game, for sure, definitely.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so excited for the open beta. Yeah.
Yeah, and we wouldn't want it any other way, Joey. You being honest with the community, you being 100% no cap, just full on truth about our game, setting the right expectations, letting the community know what's really happening with Cryptopia. And so, with that being said, Joey, I'd like to ask you to invite everybody. Thank you so much for your time. Is it possible for you to invite everybody, especially in the Philippines, to come join the Cryptopia community?
Of course, Laudi. Cryptopia is not just a metaverse game. It's also a city state built entirely on the blockchain. And that's what I
Yes.
love about Cryptopia. It really walks the Web3 talk. You can talk about
Yeah.
blockchain, you can talk about decentralization, but Cryptopia actually delivers on the promise of Web3. And it's a fun game, but at the same time, it's a game that will allow you to play a number of ways. You could play for free if you want. It doesn't force you to buy NFTs from the start. You can play the adventure type of play.
Hmm.
So build a reputation, build a career. You can actually earn inside the game. So how
Yeah.
cool is that? You're enjoying playing inside the metaverse and also earning uh, at the same time. Or you could play the tycoon game, wherein and that's the fun thing about it. With the tycoon game, you buy the assets, but at the same time, you're helping other players. So
True,
that's what I
true.
see. What I really love about it. And I think in a way, not to oversell it, of course, not to belabor the comparison, but in a way, it's like the Bayanihan spirit of the Philippines.
Yeah.
We're all
Uh-huh.
helping each other. So in Cryptopia, there is an incentive for people to help other players, and that's what I like
True.
about
Wow,
it. And
that's a very beautiful take on that, Joey. It's a very
yeah,
beautiful take
well,
on
I
that.
was
Actually,
practicing. Just kidding.
if you come to think about it,
No,
yeah,
no,
you
no.
are
Actually, I just thought
incentivized
about it. Yeah,
to help other people. Yeah.
yeah, I just thought
Wow.
about it now that it's really the way it's shaped. It's really like a society. And there are four factions, sure. You being industrial, poor you, but and I'm traditional, right? So there are four factions, and that's even more interesting for players, right? So you're not only enjoying the game, you can follow, you can be a member of either the traditional, which is my faction, industrial, which is your faction, and then there's eco, and then there's tech. So it really mirrors society. Um, they each have their own interpretation of the white paper. They each have their own ideas on how best to run Cryptopia as a society. And I don't know, man. I think that's really the Philippines as well, right? We could learn from the game how to work together with people who may not have the same viewpoints as us. So
Hmm.
really, the other thing is that again, I go back to the quality content. As a player, as a Filipino gamer, there's a lot for you to learn here, not just in terms of the game, but because also there's a lot of quality content about real world issues that affect each faction. For instance, Eco would talk about climate change.
Yeah.
Tech would, of course, talk about innovation. Industrial would talk about uh, business practices, and traditional would talk about things like equality, equal opportunity, and these are things which help us have a deeper appreciation of our own society, our own real world issues,
Yeah,
right?
there's real world applications
So yeah,
for the mantras,
so
yeah.
in other words, maganda ang game na to, mga fellow Pinoy gamers. So sana tayong lahat ay maglaro ng Cryptopia. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Thank you so much,
Mabuhay ang
Joey, for
Pilipinas.
spending
Yeah.
some time with us. Again, you are a beloved Cryptopian. Remember that 100%. Thank you so much, Joey, for spending some time with us. We really appreciate you going into this podcast with me and talking about Cryptopia and you being an ambassador for Cryptopia. So, with that being said, everyone, if you want more content from Cryptopia, please leave us a like, subscribe to our channel, and ding the notification bell. We always do a lot of content. And if you want to see me, Joey, talk about Cryptopia or anything about Web3, please subscribe and join our community. See you in Cryptopia, everybody.
Thank
Bye,
you very much,
guys.
Laudi. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you,
Or
Joey.
tanggalin mo. Or tanggalin mo. Kung yun ang ending mo.
Bloopers.